Again, sorry about the busted camera, but the visual portion is not necessary for this. One last thing. Um, Always get the paternity test. Do it secretly, but always do it. Even if you're married, even if everything's good, even if it's wonderful, get the paternity test. Because and this comes from people working at the U.S. Blood Bank. Okay, 25 to 40% of men are raising a child that they think is their own, but they're not related to them. And I mean, it just boggles the mind. Like, if you're cheating, how do you get pregnant? Unless you want to get pregnant, unless you want to carry Chad's baby, but have him raised by, beta bucks. But I mean, if you're cheating, like, how do you, especially with abortion, which is another abomination I'm not even going to go into. But I mean, if you're just, how does that even, how stupid are you? Anyway, blood bank, 25 to 40%, I guess, depending on region, 25 to 40% of men are raising a child that they think is their own, that they're not related to, and they find out because they get that horrible phone call. Little Johnny's been hit by a car. He's lost a lot of blood. Dad runs every light, get into the hospital. Take all my blood. Take a lung. Take a kidney. If he needs a heart, I'll leap into traffic. And just a pint of blood will do just fine, sir. And of course they cross match, and they don't have to run a DNA test because they know that this blood plus the wife's blood does not equal little Johnny's blood. So they know that not only are you not compatible and not able to donate any blood, but now it's like, okay, you're not related to this child. That's sick. It's just, and I'm so it has to be done. It has to be done. I think everybody should look at everybody's phone at some point. Everybody should hire a PI for a week at a random point. Especially if there's an out of state work visit. Especially if there's some sort of girls trip. And there's the debate. Like, is a girls trip okay or not? And miserable women want to make happy women miserable. So those girls trips, I mean, sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're okay, but it's a jungle out there. It's insane. Anyway, it's horrible to know all this. I mean, I studied psychology. Three different schools of thought. I got a degree in psychology, and I'm familiar with two other schools of thought. I know stuff about the human psyche I wish I didn't know. For the most part, women isn't even touched on, and I mean, like, the woke culture. I mean, like, the things. One guy was fired because he quoted what the research said. Okay, he's not even saying the research was correct. He was saying this was reported in this. I'm specifically referring to, like, black people don't do as well on this IQ test. That's what he said, and that's what was reported. That was the scientific study that was published, and he was fired. So I mean, imagine. I mean, that's 13% of the population, black people, men and women. Imagine, 50.1% of the population being angry. I mean, this stuff, it has to be taught underground. You can't teach it in school. And ladies, don't get me wrong. We men, there's a lot of monsters out there. Okay, I know. I'm friends with some of them. All right, and again, studying psychology, I know the horrible things that we used to frickin' do. All right, I had to study it. one of the common things was, when you went to a town, when you went to another town, it was like, it was a very long trip. It could be several days to go just a few miles. A few miles meaning like 50. And then you get there, you close a business deal. It was customary that the visiting person would stay in the local person's home, and you'd have dinner, and then you would spend the night, and it was like, yeah, sleep in my daughter's room. And you know what happened in that room. Something that shouldn't have happened, but it did. And that's the way it was. I don't know how common it was, but that's what I was taught at the university level. Okay, but there's a lot of messed up stuff. Okay, but I mean, I'm a heterosexual male. I don't study males for the most part. I've been studying women since I was 10 years old. Okay, almost 40 years now. Admittedly, it was one aspect I was studying. I was studying the sexuality and not the psyche, which is what I should have been doing. I figured that if I was very good at sex, they were more likely to want to have sex with me again. Which is true, but for the most part, it's not especially helpful. Anyway, welcome to part 9. Feel free to share and comment and discuss, debate. Maybe we can get this all figured out.